Welcome to the 5th episode of the National Flag series. In this series I'll be covering the history, symbolism and different designs of each national flag, going alphabetically from Afghanistan to Zimbabwe. For my list, I'll use all nations as recognised by the UN, as well as a handful that are not. At the end of each instalment, I'll give the flag a score out of 50. Let's begin the 5th episode, Angola. The flag of Angola features a horizontal bicolour of red and black, with a central motif in gold. The red symbolises the bloodshed throughout their struggle for independence, whilst the black represents Africa. The gold machete symbolises armed struggle, as well as peasantry and agricultural production, and it is crossed with a half-gear shape, representing the country's industry and production. Angola's flag also has a 5-pointed star demonstrating solidarity and progress, and it is also reminiscent of communist symbols. The country's emblem makes use of vexillological elements and also appears fairly communist in design. The Kingdom of the Congo occupied much of what is today Angola. This flag, dated around the 17th century, is a very simple design of a red cross on a white background. It must be said that seeing a cross displayed in this way is quite rare in terms of modern vexillology. In 1575, the Portuguese Empire began its colonisation of southwest Africa. During the 335-year period on screen here, Portugal experienced frequent, however very subtle flag changes, and so I have grouped them. The majority of these alterations coincided with changes in the monarchy. Overall, the flags were consistently plain white fields with the differing coat of arms of Portugal in the centre. Since Angola was first a colony and then a crown colony, the official flag of the territory would have been that of the nation of Portugal. Under the rule of Queen Maria II, we see more drastic changes to the flag of Portugal, now incorporating elements of blue into the design. Importantly, we can see on the right-hand side the beginning of a non-equal bicolour that today is iconic to the Portuguese flag. Since 1910, the flag has remained the same and flew over all of its colonies until each one gained independence. On the right is a 1967 proposed flag that would distinguish the Portuguese mainland from its imperial colony in Angola. Although never used, this design included the lesser coat of arms of Portuguese Angola on the fly end of the flag, which personally I think could have led to some pretty interesting future designs, including the seldom used purple colour. During their fight for independence, which was finally gained in late 1975, many political parties and fronts were involved in the process, all of which use unique flags, some of which continue to be seen in Angola's symbolism. The MPLA, or the People's Movement for the Liberation of Angola, is the ruling party of Angola today, and fought against Portugal in the War for Independence, later defeating the other two parties on screen now in the Angolan Civil War. Their flag was obviously a huge inspiration for the design of the national flag. UNITA, or the National Union for the Total Independence of Angola, fought alongside the MPLA for independence and later against them. The UNITA flag contains symbolism that is a little more complex, and this flag later inspired a 1996 proposed alternative, which never came to be. The final party on this slide, FNLA, or National Liberation Front of Angola, also fought for independence. Today, FNLA holds just one out of the 220 seats in the National Assembly. Which leads us to today, where the current flag has held official status for 47 years and counting. In 2003, there was a new flag proposed by the Angolan Parliament, with a central sun design that takes inspiration from some early cave paintings. This flag, however, was not adopted. As you can see, this flag scores well. The design makes use of complementary colours, and the central motif isn't overly complex, hence a 9 in terms of simplicity. I particularly enjoy the backstory behind the various elements in the motif, and it isn't often that we see a gear on a flag. Of course, an easy 10 out of 10 for basic colours, followed by an 8 for distinct or related. This is because although the flag uses black in order to reflect Africa, it does slightly stick out amongst its neighbours if we look at a flag map of the continent. Again, no seals or text of any kind, so full marks in the last category. Which takes Angola to a total of 46 out of 50, putting it in second position so far, just behind Algeria. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this 5th episode of the National Flag series on the Vexadecimal channel. Today was Angola, and next up will be our first Caribbean country, Antigua and Barbuda.